Now that we've gone over importing images and working with text, shapes, as well as buttons, I want to do a quick demo of how I built this page out. So there's several different pieces here, including the text. We have our images. We also have several buttons. So if you move these, the type moves along with them. And we also have several shapes here. In addition, we're also playing with how many different layers are set up. All right. So by default, you already have 2 pages here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on page 2, which is blank. So I can simply go to my assets, and I would either just click to drag this over, or if I needed to add in an asset, I can click the plus sign here. So I'm going to drag over Bo Peep. And if you remember, I'll come over to the base here and I have this set to fit to object. So I can go ahead and scale that up. It's at 1.742. I'm going to bring that back down to 1. Or about there. All right. So there is an image. I can also go to objects, bring over text. And I'm just triple clicking into the text area here. So it's highlighted. And I'm going to simply type out, I am Bo Peep. Highlight the text, and I can choose what font I'd like, as well as the size. All right. And one other thing I can do, I can select either all of the letters or some of the letters, and I can change the color of those. All right. And I'll now grab a rectangle, bring it out. Of course, by default, it's in white. Drag that totally out. Come over here to my selection area. Let's change the color. And click OK. And I can go to my layers and see where things are. I can drag the rectangle to the background. And I can even change the size of the rectangle and whether or not it has a corner radius. So I'll simply type in 125. Looks like it has a border color of black. Border width right now is at 1. If I set it to 0, I get rid of the border. All right. And one last thing, we'll bring over a button. So I can simply double click on the button and I can write in 1 sheep. All right. And with this selected, I can go to my selection, come over here. I can see what font this is, make sure I'm using the right font. Also change the size. Let's go ahead and make this 95. Make the button a little bit bigger. And I can also give my button a nice little radius here, as far as a corner radius. There you have it. Now, one other thing I did was I can select this, copy, Command-C, Control-C on PC, and then I can paste. That's Command-V, Control-V on PC. And now I can click and drag this down, and I have another copy here. And for this one, I can change the information. I'll find the title. I'll make this 7 sheep. Hit enter, and there we have it. Last but not least, I did want to come in here and add another rectangle. So I can click and drag out the size that I want. And as far as the fill color, I can use the same color I was using earlier. Set the stroke weight to 0. And I can also right click and arrange this and set it to the back. Go to my assets and I can bring in our sheep. And that's a quick overview of how you can use the simple tools that are in Pubcoder to create a really interesting scene or page for your project.